Hey boyos, not daily check-in with John V. Today, this is in response to the Ask Me Anything that I was requested of on the misc. So, happy to see you tune in and stay tuned for me to answer some of these questions. Let's see here. I said that I'm roughly 240 pounds, and Sigmund Evil said, "Damn, back on the eggs and buttered macaroni, eh?" Not quite. Not quite. I do eat a lot of junk food and fast food, but I probably should be eating eggs and buttered macaroni. Probably better for me than some of the garbage I eat, like Doritos and ketchup chips and Pepsi and chocolate bars. So, and then LA Hipster One, he says, height and weight, also max bench. Well, I did answer this already in the thread about my height and weight. I'm 6 feet tall. That's probably not going to change. Maybe when I get really old, I'll shrink down to like 5'10" or something, but I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want to be a manlet. Weight, I haven't weighed myself in a very long time. It's probably about 240. Probably about 240. Max bench now, I don't lift, so I don't know, but max bench for life was 270 for 4 reps, and for a single was 290 for a single. And what is your education? I dropped out in like grade 10. Yeah. Top 5 miscers of all time. Uh, Get Her Done, Gary Ridgway, Bologna and Beans. That's 3. Explosive Midget. Fifth one? Fuck, I don't know. Maybe like Jughead or Blueberry Boy. A lot of people say Blueberry Boy's a faggot, but it's just the way it is, I guess. Why are you and Michelle at each other's throats? You have very similar backgrounds. Feel like you should be on friendly terms, to be honest. It's just harmless teasing. It's the misc. Nobody cares about what people say to each other on the misc, really. And if you do, you're taking it way too serious, way too personal. Why is my hat so motherfucking crooked? That's better. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years? Be realistic. Um, Realistically, if I stick with the weight loss plan, I could see myself in 1 year, being a twink, just getting into weightlifting again and trying to get jacked. Still be living with my sister. Um, Depending if I actually attempt this sales role at home, a year from now, I could be rolling in the dough, or I could still be on welfare. 5 years, probably in housing in Halifax. Probably be just a ball in it at Magic Arena and going to the game stores and playing Magic, and probably working a casual job, just a few hours a week, just to supplement my income, unless I go with the sales role at home, and then my life will completely be changed. 10 years, I really don't know. I haven't looked that far into the future, so I'm not sure. Why do you want to get into housing and then do a bunch of drugs? Feel extremely sketchy. Um, I can't properly answer this question because I don't want the video to be taken down because I flag it as being safe for everyone. Um, I've tried some things in the past. I enjoyed myself. Had a bad experience. Didn't do it again. Um, I'm thinking, I might try them all. I might find one I really like, which would actually be a bad thing because then I'd be hooked. But aside from smoking, I don't really become addicted to anything except for food. And that's not even that bad because, like I was saying before, I go to the grocery store and everybody's like 100 pounds fatter than me and way uglier, and makes me feel a bit better about myself. But also don't want to become complacent and say, oh, I'm fine the way I am, right? I want to look good. I don't want to look like shit, right? Like, obviously, you take a rotten apple and a piece of dog shit and ask somebody which one they would eat. Everybody's going to say they'd eat the rotten apple before the piece of dog shit. That doesn't mean the rotten apple is an appealing choice, right? You compare me to most people at the grocery store, yeah, I look better. But, I'm still not an appealing choice. So, hope that answers it. Do you prefer tits or ass? Probably ass out of the two. Thoughts on Abigail? Did you ever feel a spark in your back and forth emails? Not really. Anytime I interact with a woman I don't really know, there's always the what if in my head, right? I think everybody feels that. Like, what if? Is she a possible partner or stuff like that? But with the big discrepancy between our incomes, me being basically a welfare bum and she's likely making close to $500,000 a year, that's a big discrepancy, and that would get in the way probably for sure. And obviously, she's better looking than me. Most people are. Um, I think I would be about on the same level as her if I looks maxed. I think. Um, Hope that answers your questions, boyo. LA hipster one. We got A. Willis, according to Bonobo, is a very fantastic troll. So, not admiring 240 pounds, brah. Well, I'm not either. Let's be honest. Sure, if I was a roid head and it was all muscle, yeah, then I'd be like professional bodybuilder status. Not gonna happen. Got to cut that number down to 170, 180s if you want to lean max. I'm thinking more like 160. Mm. I honestly would like to be 140, but the journey from 160 to 140 would likely be very difficult. Even going from 180 to 160 is going to be very difficult. I think I could dip below 200 without too much problem. It would take a matter of months still, of course, but once I dip below 200, it would start getting more difficult progressively. Um, Imagine carrying that extra 60 pounds plus of chub. Cannot feel good on your body and joints. Bloat lord status confirmed. Yeah, boy, it's tough. I walk a little more than an hour a day now, and it is tough. I walk to the coffee shop. It's a little more than half an hour. I get there. I'm happy to sit down outside with my iced coffee and smoke 3 or 4 cigarettes, and then I do the walk home, and it's much more difficult than the walk there, and my feet are blistering up a bit. So, then we carry on. We got TF crew, the fuck crew, a red, but I will answer the question. I'm trying to be respectful. When's the last time you had boom boom sex? Quite a while ago, quite a long time ago. I think it's very close to 15 years now. And the way things are looking, it's not going to be anytime soon. Things can change quickly, but I will resist because I obviously don't believe I could find a good partner with the way I look right now, right? I want to score somebody really hot, right? And we carry on to Orson Welles. Have you considered suicide? Not out of insult, just curious. Yeah, many times. Many times. Last time was probably about a month ago. Was having some wicked delusions because of my schizophrenia, and I was considering suicide to escape them. Um, I've always battled with suicide since I was a teenager, so it's nothing new to me. And yeah. And then we have New Girl 23. Gave everybody some cliffs on my video, which is nice. Then we got Large Peter, that fat fuck in the picture. He says, wow. He expresses a lot of anger and hate, disgust towards people he sees at the grocery store, criticizing their appearance and lack of self-awareness. Yeah, I do. Like I already said, I go to the grocery store and most people look to outweigh me by 50 or 100 pounds, and they're way uglier than me. So fuck off, Large Peter. You ain't no fucking clown anymore. But yeah, boys, that's the AMA video. I will post it, upload to the misc and the other forums, and this will be a break from what you're used to. So peace out. See you online.